Hello everyone. So today we're going to talk about cryptocurrency trading. So people who've been following my channel will know that I posted a series of video about share trading. If you have never done share trading, I started from the basic and explained how you can do share trading and how you can be profitable in share trading and what are the strategies to follow. So posted about 7 or 8 videos, and a lot of people had asked me about crypto trading as well, and I had been telling them that I'm trying to get the content ready. So today I think I have the content, the first part of the content at least ready to explain about what is cryptocurrency trading. So as a precursor, I've posted what is Bitcoin and what is blockchain all about. So that is like a fundamental basic knowledge of what Bitcoin is. I have posted already a video, and if you haven't seen it, you can watch that and you'll have a better idea of this content once you have seen the Bitcoin video. So today I will be looking at how to do crypto trading, or what crypto trading actually means, and what are the benefits of crypto trading. So let's look into the video. So like most of my videos, I've prepared a content for explaining what is crypto trading, and we'll use this content to go through this video. So let's get into it. So the obvious question is, why should someone do crypto trading? I mean, I've explained about share trading, what kind of benefits, what kind of profits you can make. And there are several kind of investments, right? So why should one do crypto trading? So as an example, as a headline statement, I had invested about 20 pounds in one of the cryptos in June 2020. In about 60 days in August, the value of that crypto coin had increased so much, which is probably the reason why I'm making this video. So in 60 days, that 20 pound that I had put, which is about roughly 2,000 rupees in Indian value, became 3,792 pounds, which is roughly around 3.6 lakhs. 2,000 rupees became 3.6 lakhs. And it was about an 18,000% growth, which was unimaginable with any other kind of investment, even with the highest, even with the best shares out there. This is probably unimaginable. Other than shares, this is probably within this span of time, this kind of growth is unimaginable. That's probably why we need to look at cryptocurrency trading, and that's probably why this video is important. And this is not blind luck. So if you understand the whole video, you need to spend the time. I'm going to spend the time to explain all that I know about crypto trading. Only if you understand all of these concepts, you can be successful, like in share trading, about crypto trading. So I'll explain what that cryptocurrency was. What is the cryptocurrency I bought, and when did I buy it, and when did I sell it, in the end of the video. But the big question, or the elephant in the room for everyone, right? Because a lot of people had been asking this question: is cryptocurrency banned in India? Is it illegal to do trading of Bitcoin or any other digital currency in India? So the short answer is no. It has never been illegal. It is not illegal. However, in April 2018, the Reserve Bank of India issued a circular for the financial institutions, especially the banks, to say that they cannot provide services to any bodies that are dealing with cryptocurrency, which effectively means that you can't use your debit card or your internet banking to purchase digital currency. So any wallet or any exchange that is offering you to buy or sell cryptocurrency, you can't transact with them, because all the banks have been banned from dealing with the cryptocurrency. But there was still workaround. People were still managing to get their funds into the exchange and do cryptocurrency trading, because the cryptocurrency itself, Bitcoin itself, wasn't made illegal or banned. So there were several institutions that actually went to the court against it. They filed a suit, and in March 2020, Supreme Court actually ruled that the RBI ban was unconstitutional in a democratic country. They cannot do a unilateral ban on something that is technologically advancing throughout the world. So I'll give you the link to the full Supreme Court verdict and the news articles related to that in the description box, so you can also go and validate it. So that's the main thing, because a lot of people are in India, and some of the share trading examples that I've given, you're not able to go and trade it because they are more available in UK and Europe and US. So whereas crypto is concerned, any crypto that we are talking about, you can actually trade from India. Not just Bitcoin, all of the cryptos that we're talking about, you can trade from India as well. And there are a lot of exchanges that are available in India today, and you can go and trade those cryptocurrencies. So first of all, what is cryptocurrency trading? So just like shares, right? So if you've all followed my share trading video, the examples and the demos that I had given about online investments, you can basically buy and sell shares. And similar to that, cryptocurrency is also very, very similar. You can buy a cryptocurrency, and if the price goes up and down, then you can sell it when the price is going up, and you can do it instantly like a share. And the value of the cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, for example, it goes up and down against the dollar value, which effectively means that it goes up and down against the pound value and the Indian rupees. And just like share trading apps like HNL, Free Trade in India, for example, Zerodha and other accounts, there are many wallets and exchanges where you can actually use the wallet to purchase cryptocurrency, and you can sell the cryptocurrency as well, and you can withdraw money from some of the wallets as well. So it's more like a share trading account. There are about roughly today's market, there are about 8,000 crypto coins, and every day new cryptocurrencies are getting created. Now, this sounds very similar to share trading. So what are the main differences? Crypto values are extremely volatile. Like how I said about the 60 days, every day it goes up and down, and sometimes it could lose half its value on the same day. So it's extremely volatile, unlike share trading. In share trading, there's a lot of rationale. Like, when if you followed my videos, you would know that if you follow the company and the company is doing well, if the fundamentals are strong, then the share value keeps going up. It doesn't fluctuate too much if there is no bad news, or if there is no good news, it doesn't go up unless and until there is a reason for it. However, crypto values can go up and go down without any rationale. It can fluctuate for no reason at all. Unlike share trading, people use charts and candles in share trading, but 95% of the time I have not seen any of these charts and candles to be accurate, even close to being accurate. So in my opinion, they are practically of no use in crypto trading from a chart perspective. So the risk and reward both are higher. Like, it could go up 50% on one day, and it can come back 50% in like a couple of minutes as well. So the volatility is there, and the risk and reward is both higher. It could happen in minutes in cryptocurrency, unlike share trading. So share trading is only, what's the difference? Share trading is only about 8.5 hours, right? That's trading hours, Monday to Friday. Only during that time, the share value goes up and down. Only during that time, you can buy and sell. But crypto trading is like 24/7, all days of the week. It doesn't stop at all. Even in the middle of the night, 2 a.m., it could go up for a few minutes. And if you have missed that window, by the time you get up, it could have come down drastically. So you might have missed the peak point or all-time high when you're sleeping. So it is 24/7. So it need to be a lot more vigilant throughout the week. And in share trading, if a share doubles or triples in a day, it's very, very rare. I mean, there have been shares which have doubled or tripled in a day, especially AIM shares, but that's kind of rare in terms of share trading. But in crypto trading, almost on a daily basis, some crypto or the other, because like I said, new cryptos keep coming up, and some of the crypto values are like less than 1p. It's like 0.0001p, and it is easy for them to double or triple in one day. And so some shares even go up by nearly 1,000% in just one day, and it's very common in crypto trading, which is why I said the risk and reward is very high. Share trading as such, the market is fundamentally protected, and it's all legally protected, and it's very secure. If you bought a share, you've bought a share. Basically, nobody can take it away from you. Nobody can say that no, that doesn't belong to you. Whereas crypto, even though the concept of blockchain is very secure from an IT perspective, from a technology perspective, the exchanges are not that reliable. There are exchanges that could go bust, or they could basically take your money and go away. There's nothing legally stopping them from doing that. There is not much security in terms of the wallets or the exchanges out there. So you need to be all the more careful in terms of which wallets you use, which exchanges you use, which apps you use for your crypto trading. So that's all the more important, more than share trading, not just the fees and not just the usability perspective. And there are two important factors to consider from a value of the cryptocurrency perspective. Obviously, there's a lot of reasons why the cryptocurrency value goes up and down, but fundamentally, two of these factors, which is market capital and available supply or total supply, these two factors determine how much can a cryptocurrency go up or how much can a cryptocurrency go down by. So I'll just use a very simple example, not a cryptocurrency example, but I'll use a real life example to just explain these concepts to you. So assume there is a village where there's about 100 people, right? And half of them buy fruits. Rest of them don't indulge in fruits. They basically just go with their staple diet, rice or whatever. So only half of them buy fruits, which is 50 people. And each of them decide to spend only about 20 pounds in fruits. So which means that the total money available to buy fruits is only 1,000 pounds. That's the money that is out there that the people are willing to spend. So assume there are 4 fruits being sold, right? Different vendors selling fruits, and apple, orange, banana, and grapes. And the cost of each fruit is like this. The apple is 10 pounds, and orange is 5 pounds, 2 pounds banana, and 20 pence for the grapes. And there are about 40 apples that are being sold, 50 oranges, and so on. So, right? So, which means that the total value of apples being sold is around 400 pounds. And if you add up all of them together, the total value is about 1000 pounds, which is what the village can afford. So, if you sell more, it will be unsold, and you can't sell more. So, which is basically the amount of money that people are willing to spend needs to be kind of equal to the amount of money that the value is out there, which is basically what determines the market capital. So, the more the people are able to spend money, the more the market capital goes up by, and the less people are able to spend, the market capital goes down by. So, it kind of fluctuates. The cost of the fruit goes up and down, and sometimes the supply also goes up and down depending on how the fruits are being dealt with. So, that's how the market capital and supply impact the price of the fruits in this scenario, right? And this is similar concept in Bitcoin as well. Now, assume that a new fruit seller wants to come and sell watermelon, right? To sell watermelon, there needs to be money, which means that 4 things, either one of these 4 things could happen in general, right? Either more people should be willing to buy fruits, like more than the 50 people who are willing, like 10 more people if they're willing to buy fruits. So, each of them spend 20 pounds, there's 200 pounds more available for buying the watermelon. Or people who are spending for the fruits need to spend more money, not just the 20 pound. They probably increase it to, let's say, 30 pounds, which means that another 10 pounds is being available by 50 people, another 500 pounds come into the market. So, either that or some of the existing fruit prices should be reduced. Like, for example, apple should reduce from 10 pounds to 8 pounds, which means that now, for the 40 apples, it's only about 320 pounds. 80 pound is available, which watermelon seller can use and get his product sold. Or the supply of a fruit should reduce. Like, for example, instead of selling 500 grapes, now grape seller is saying I only have 250, which means that 50 pounds is available. So, either one of these 4 things should happen. Supply should decrease, or the price should decrease, or more people should be willing to put their money in, which is when another fruit can enter the market and they can start selling, because that's when more money will be available. Alternatively, if the apple seller wants to increase his price, right, again there needs to be more money available. So, either more people need to buy, or people need to spend more among the people who are buying fruits. Otherwise, one of the other fruits should reduce the price. This also we saw in the previous example. Now, Apple themselves can decide, I mean the people selling Apple, they themselves can decide to increase the price of Apple without these 3 things, by just reducing the quantity of apple available. That's the available supply. So, instead of 40 apples, if they say we're going to sell only 20 apples, no new fruit has entered, but we're going to we could try and increase our price to about 20 pounds. This is another scenario where if the available supply goes down, as the result of which the price can go up. So, the market capital is what the people are willing to spend. The supply also determines how much price it could be. All of these factors play a critical role in terms of how much crypto's value could be, and what is the share of each of these cryptos market capital. That determines their price ultimately. That kind of, it's one of the reasons or one of the things to consider when you are buying or selling a cryptocurrency. So, we'll come back to this market capital and available supply towards the end with a real world example. But for now, let's look at what has changed, right? So, I have explained in Bitcoin, how blockchain concept was originally used for the purposes of creating the world's first cryptocurrency, which is Bitcoin. And that was the only cryptocurrency at that point of time, and that was probably the only implementation of blockchain at that point of time. Today, however, there are several new versions of the blockchain protocol. So, blockchain is a concept, and there are several new protocols that have come up. There's Ethereum protocol, there's so many protocols that have come up. And earlier, cryptocurrency was being created only for the purpose of cryptocurrency. There's no other value to it, no other reason for it to exist. So, if you decide not to use it as a cryptocurrency, there's no reason for it to exist. But today, the cryptocurrency, they are being fundamentally backed up by usage. Some of them are utility tokens, some of them are reward tokens, for example, and these are changing the cryptocurrency industry. So, example being, right, so utility token, for example, XRP, again I think I briefly mentioned about it in my Bitcoin video, is a token by a corporation called Ripple, which is changing the world in terms of its ultra quick cross-border transactions, cross-border monetary transactions. If somebody wanted to send money from US to India, then US dollars to Indian rupees, then earlier they were using concepts like SWIFT, which used to take either days, or now it takes about hours. So if you send it in the morning, by evening or by 2 or 3 hours, it will be available in India. And that's because the technology is very, very slow, and the technology is very, very old. And Ripple is bringing up a new concept where the money is converted into XRP tokens, and the XRP tokens is converted to the destination currency, all within a span of like 3 or 4 seconds, which means that if you send money from US or anywhere in the world in any currency, you can send it to any other country in that destination currency in a few seconds. That's how the XRP is providing utility for this concept. And so XRP as a token has a value. It's about 20 pence now, which is roughly about 19 rupees on 13th of September when we are shooting this video. The other is a reward token. So reward token is basically you are doing something and you're getting, instead of money, you're accepting a reward in terms of a token. Like for example, Storage is a token which allows users across the world to lend their idle storage devices. Like if I have a home computer, if I have a NAS storage device, I can lend my storage to be used by people in the world connected to the internet. And for lending my storage, I'm getting paid in form of Storage coins, which is basically a cryptocurrency. So one Storage coin is about 40 pence or about 37 rupees. And again, if you lend it for like maybe 10 days, you might get one Storage or two Storage, depending upon how the usage is being monitored at that point of time. But that's basically a concept allowing people who are sitting or who are having resources across this world to lend their resources or lend their time, and you are rewarding them for their time and storage space or whatever resources that they're giving. So this is a reward token. So concepts like these, when they change the usage of cryptocurrency, there is a real need for it. Now you can't overnight, you can't just replace reward tokens, or you can't replace utility tokens, because the mechanism is built and it's like a bridge. You can't just replace the bridge. You need to have a sustainable replacement before you can do it, before you can replace the reward token or a utility token, unlike cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, which has only usage is to serve as a cryptocurrency. So now, how do I transact with crypto, right? All this said and done, but how easy or difficult it is. But it's practically as simple as buying something and selling something. It's like a share. Like you can basically can I directly go and buy with a Bitcoin? Yes, you can. But the most simpler option is basically you sell it instantly. The money comes into your bank or into your account, and you can use the money to buy whatever you want, like gold, right? You can go and sell it in a pawn shop, and you can get the money for it. Or there are some crypto wallets that are available, like Revolut is an example. There's a multi-currency, multi-country wallet, which is like PayPal, but it gives you a Visa card or a debit card or a card that you can use to transact. So if you have money in it, it's like a bank account, but it's a digital wallet bank account. So you can traditionally keep money in it, and you can go and spend the money with a Visa card. But what happens is, if you don't have money and if you have crypto in your wallet, the crypto is instantly converted when you go to a grocery shop or any shop and you use your Visa card. For example, I actually went to one of the grocery shops and I didn't have money in my wallet, but I had crypto. And when I actually touched it in that card reader, instantly within a second, it sold my crypto in market rate, converted into the currency that was needed in that place. And it actually worked. I didn't even realize that it was happening. Only when I came back, I realized that it had all done it in like fraction of a second. So though that's also possible in today's world. And there are some marketplaces where you can buy services with cryptocurrencies like BAT, for example, Brave Award token. And there are some game purchases, like people who use mobile games, they know that they can buy things in the in-game purchases in the mobile. And Samsung backed Engine Coin is an example where it's again a cryptocurrency which you can buy and sell online, but that is used behind the scenes for buying and selling services within the game. So in-game purchases can also be done using cryptocurrencies. A lot of people had asked me about Bitcoin mining. We've heard about Bitcoin mining. What is it? So when the concept of Bitcoin started, the computers were needed across the world. So individual computers were needed across the world to run what is called as a blockchain node, which is basically a proof of concept to support the infrastructure needed for all of this digital currency, because it's all decentralized processing that is happening. which means every computer that is connected to this whole exchange, that's actually processing the transactions. Because you are helping to process the transaction, like we talked about storage, right? People were rewarded with Bitcoin. So 10 years back, if you had a home computer, you can run a Bitcoin node. It's like a software that you can run, and you will basically set aside the computer just for running the Bitcoin node. And as a reward, you will be given some Bitcoins. It could be a fraction of a Bitcoin, but over the period of time, a lot of corporations have got involved, a lot of firms have got involved, and they are doing this with thousands and thousands of computers, which means today it is really competitive, and with a home computer, it's virtually impossible, or it's not viable. Even if you're able to do it, it's not economically viable to do mining with our home PCs, because one, the cost of electricity involved, you need to run it probably about 100 days before you could get even a fraction of Bitcoin. And the value of the Bitcoin, if it's, let's say, 100 rupees, you would have spent nearly 1000 rupees in electricity alone. And the computing power that is required, you need the best of the best processes. And actually today's mining operations require more GPU power than the CPU power. It means graphics cards are, the latest graphics cards are required. And like I said, today big firms are doing it in powerful machines, in arrays, in hundreds and hundreds of computers in firms, specifically where the electricity costs are low, and they're doing it much faster, and it's really difficult for our home computers to cope up with it. So mining is really not viable at this point of time for famous coins like Bitcoin. If it's a really obscure digital currency, you can probably try it, but again, all of these challenges are even there for those things as well. The cost of electricity is a big downer on that concept of mining with a home computer. So having said that, are there any free crypto earning options? There are some genuine free crypto earning options where it's not just a concept, but the crypto has some value which you can earn, and you can actually pay, you can actually sell it for money, or you can use it for something else. I will be covering it in detail in some of my next videos, so keep watching. So this series is going to be like 7 or 8 videos long, and I need to basically this is going to be a long video in terms of the concept that I'm explaining. And for these free crypto mining and where to sell and where to buy, I'm going to explain it in the next videos in detail, because it needs time to be explained and be understood as well. So now I've understood what is Bitcoin mining, what is Bitcoin selling, what is the exchange, how you can make profit. Shall I just go and buy a Bitcoin? The simple answer is no. If you go and buy a Bitcoin today, it's equivalent to going and buying a Google share. Not really, but roughly equivalent to going and buying a Google share, a Tesla share. The risk is much higher, because a couple of weeks back Tesla share had a huge fall, and Google share, I explained, it was about £1,500, and it swung to about £1,000 a few days back as well. So the swing is enormous, and the money that you could lose is also enormous. So Bitcoin price, for example, in December 2017 touched about £15,600 or about 15 lakhs. In couple of months time, by February, it lost nearly 70% of its value, and it went down to about £6,000. So had people bought it, they would have lost nearly 10 lakhs in a span of 2 months. And it has never reached that price point again, that 15 lakh price point again. It's probably crossed about £10,000 a few times, but it has never gone back to that peak value of 15 lakhs again. So if you buy Bitcoin today, again, that's the huge risk. You could lose money very quickly, and it's also very highly priced. It's already gone to a peak point. Having said that, what's the market capital? We spoke about market capital and available volume and all that, right? That's when it comes into perspective. So there are about, like I said, there are about 8,000 cryptocurrencies. And roughly the whole market capital, all of these cryptocurrencies put together, is about 250 to 300 billion pounds. It goes up and down every minute, so it's really tough to put a single number out there. But it's, let's say for argument's sake, if it's 250 billion pounds, which is huge amount of money, but more than 58% of the entire market capital is controlled by Bitcoin today. So even though there's only about 115 million Bitcoin available out there, 145 billion pounds is the market capital of Bitcoin. And number 2 is Ethereum, which was probably one of the more prominent coins which came next to Bitcoin. As a result, it is also enjoying the number 2 spot. It's about 35 billion pounds. So roughly 13% of the entire crypto market. So roughly these two make up about 70% of the entire crypto market, which means all of the other 8,000 cryptocurrencies out there, they make up about 29%. Now what does it mean? It actually means that those 8,000 cryptocurrencies have an opportunity to capture this 70% of the cryptocurrency market or if more money comes in, it makes more sense for either of those 8,000 cryptocurrencies to capture that new market rather than these two getting more market as well. So I'm not saying Bitcoin or Ethereum cannot capture the new money that is coming. That's also possible. But the chances are more for these new currencies, new cryptos to capture the market, which we'll probably look at a couple of more examples why that's having a lot more opportunity than Bitcoin or Ethereum, for example. Can Bitcoin go to zero, or can it go to 100,000 pounds? Both of these can happen. Like I said, right, Bitcoin has really no purpose other than serving a monetary value, and it is actually controlled by less than 1% of the population. A very small amount of population use it. Today, if majority of the population decide that okay, we're not even going to consider Bitcoin, right? Nobody is going to use Bitcoin. Like for example, platinum. If somebody turns around and says that platinum, we're not going to consider it as an ornamental jewel, so that's it, platinum might lose its value, argument's sake, right? So like that, Bitcoin can also lose its entire value if people just collectively decide saying that okay, I'm not going to use Bitcoin, I'm going to use Ethereum from today onwards. Nobody is going to use Bitcoin, we're not going to accept Bitcoin. The value will become zero, because the only purpose for Bitcoin is to be used as a monetary transaction. However, some of the utility tokens and reward tokens, because they serve a purpose today, they need to exist. You can't just replace it, because fundamentally they are serving another purpose on top of being a cryptocurrency. So even though they are as volatile as compared to Bitcoin, they are comparatively safer because the usage cannot be replaced overnight. Again, we're stressing on the same point. So what is the strategy? I mean, people who've been following my share trading videos, you will know that I don't pick shares that have already reached their peaks. I pick a company which is in its growing stages. We call it penny shares. And they have a solid business plan, solid management team, solid growth potential. And most of the shares that I've picked, if you have watched my August video and July video, I've been giving examples of the share that I picked in April or May and made a video of, and what is the value today. Most of the shares are sitting at 80% to 100%, sometimes even 200%. So that's the kind of crypto that you need to pick. That's the same strategy that you need to apply, where you're picking a crypto that has a growth potential, that has a solid business plan, a solid team behind it, and a management team behind it. And as a result, there is an opportunity for it to grow a lot more higher in value than the other cryptos. So obviously there's a lesser guarantee than share trading. In share trading, you can say that if you picked all of these, give it time, and with enough time, you will never make a loss. You will always make a profit. And that's what I've been explaining in my share trading videos as well, that once you have gone into that kind of investment, you have spent enough time to read into a company and understood the growth potential. With enough patience, you will always make a profit in share trading. But in crypto, we don't have that much of a guarantee. There's much lesser guarantee. Anything can happen. New cryptos can come. So there's less guarantees, but we could pretty much apply the same strategy for crypto, and which is what I did, which I explained at the beginning of the video about my return of investment. So what do you look for? When we say that we are looking for these factors, what do you look for? So obviously the utility value, we've spoken about it quite a lot now. The available supply, the market capital. For example, XRP is about 100 billion coins are available from an available supply, which means that even if the coin goes to about 3 or 4 pounds, that's like 400 billion pounds, which is exceeding the entire market capital of crypto, or entire money that is available in crypto. So it's probably really impossible unless and until more money come into the market. So the market capital is very important in conjunction with the available supply. Whereas if you look at Bitcoin, for example, or Ethereum, for example, the available supply is in millions, which means that they can afford to go to 1,000 pounds or 10,000 pounds, which is still less than 100 billion pounds or 200 billion pounds. And again, the prior peak price gives you an indication, like Bitcoin has reached, let's say, 10,000 pounds or 15,000 pounds. And if it has fallen to, it felt about 3,000 pounds a couple of months back, or a few months back, for example. And when it was 3,000 pounds, people always were saying that, okay, the prior peak price was 15,000 pounds. So there is every opportunity for it to go up, and people bought it at 3,000 pounds. And, today it is sitting about 8,000, 9,000 pounds. So that's the kind of prediction that you can make. And again, the team behind it, the future usage behind it. The future usage is what is probably more important in terms of spending time reading about it and doing enough research about it. So there are 2 or 3 hot new concepts that are out there, and I'll explain a couple of hot new concepts in layman's term. So you will hear, if you are in cryptocurrency, you will hear this term called Oracle. So what is Oracle? In terms of, we know what Oracle is outside the blockchain industry, outside the cryptocurrency industry. But in cryptocurrency, in blockchain, Oracle is basically a concept where the blockchain cannot directly deal with external data. Once it starts processing, it doesn't know about the external data. So for example, if there is a fluctuation in exchange rate, if there's a war going on in another country, the blockchain cannot take decisions based on external data because it can't interact with external data on their own. Oracle is a mechanism that is built for this blockchain to interact with the external data in real time. And some of the concepts that are coming up new are Chainlink protocol, which is, the link is the coin that is used for the Chainlink protocol. A Zap protocol, which Zap is the coin that is used for the Zap protocol, and Band protocol. These are kind of the more popular Oracle-based crypto. So to use this mechanism, they are asked to buy this link from them, which is when the value of link or Zap or Band is created. So when you want to use the Oracle mechanism, Oracle blockchain, they are asking that that blockchain concept to basically buy the crypto, and that's how the value is created for this. Again, another hot term that you would hear in the crypto industry is decentralized finance. This is practically the most disruptive fintech concept of the decade. The reason being, today if there needs to be a monetary agreement, like if you want to have a personal loan or a home loan or any other financial agreement, right? You need to have a bank involved or a lawyer involved, you need to have stamp papers. There are so many things that you need to do, and it takes time. It takes like 2 or 3 days before you can have the agreement in place. Some of the loan documents are online now, but still it takes all of the legal concepts to be in place. And what smart contracts, what decentralized finance is doing is creating a concept called smart contracts, which are automatically created, enforceable digital contracts that are backed up by a cryptocurrency. So for example, if somebody wants to have a loan in place, or two parties need to have a financial contract in place, there is a collateral that is involved in the form of a digital currency, and a smart contract is automatically created within like few seconds. So what used to take days and what used to be costing them a lot of money now is being done in like a few seconds with a fraction of the cost that was involved. And no wonder it is called as the most disruptive fintech concept of the decade. And two of the most popular fintech DeFi concepts are Compound, which is using Comp as the digital currency, and AV, which is using Lend as the digital currency. So you can basically go and take a loan and use Lend as a collateral, and you can get money within a few seconds. There is a smart contract that gets created. They are enforceable agreements. That's the main thing. So why is this better and why is this more important? Like I said, it's growing exponentially. Like 2 years back in 2017, 2018, the value of total smart contracts, people were using smart contracts even then, right? But the value of smart contracts was about 1.5 million pounds, about 15 crore rupees in Indian value. Today, in like less than 20 months, the total value enabled by the smart contract is worth 5.5 billion pounds, which is like nearly 55,000 crores. So from 1.5 million pounds to 5.5 billion crores, it's like almost 3,000, 4,000 times growth in just a span of 2 years. So 55,000 crores is not a mean amount at all, and this is growing exponentially every day. So tomorrow's world, you may never have to deal with stamp papers or with normal conventional financial agreements. Everything could be replaced by a smart contract concept, and which means that the digital currency behind it could grow exponentially as well. So like we spoke about the oracles, right? So all the data that is being provided in terms of the oracle, the data is being tokenized. So if you want to access the data, then you need to pay a token or buy a token for Link or Zap. So I will sell you this data only for Zap. So today, for example, our private data is used by corporations like Google and Facebook, and they make money out of it. They sell our data, they use our data, they market our data, and they make money out of it. We get nothing. Tomorrow this could change with these oracles, because people will say that, okay, if I'm going to use my data, I need to be paid this digital currency before they're allowed to use my data. My data is tied to a blockchain, and anybody using my data, I can get to know that they're using my data because I can trace it using a blockchain. So that's how much the disruption that is possible in terms of tokenizing the data that is available, and that's what oracles like Link and Zap are doing. And which brings me to the point, what did I buy? So I bought Zap. Zap is the oracle that we spoke about. When I bought it, it was about less than 1 pence. It was 0.001 pounds, which is like less than 1 pence, which is in Indian rupees, it's about 10 paisa, I would say. And I bought it for about 20 pounds and I got 20,000 coins, and I didn't know it was going to grow. Until June 2020, it was about that range. It was probably going up and down, maybe a couple of pence, but it was in that range. And within a span of 60 days, on 9th of August, it reached about 19 pence, roughly about 18 rupees in Indian rupees, which means that the 20,000 coins that I had bought for 20 pounds was worth now 3,700 pounds, or roughly 3.6 lakhs. It's an 18,000% increase in terms of the value that I had for the 20 pounds of worth of coins. So today, again, when we are speaking on 13th of September, it's sitting around 8 pence, or about 8 rupees, which is still roughly about 1,600 pounds, about 80 times the investment that I had made. So this is again volatile. It's about lost half its value in a span of 1 month. Again, it went up and it had also come down in a span of 1 month. So like I said, this gives you again an example of a digital currency being volatile. Now here is an important part. Now I said I bought it in June, but I was explaining that to give you the perspective that how much it can quickly jump. The reason I'm explaining, or I'm mentioning this point, is for the patience that like share trading, you need to have patience when you're buying digital currency. So I didn't buy it in June. I actually bought it in Jan 2020, when not many people even heard about the concept called ZAP. So my brother is basically a much more knowledge in digital currency, and he had explained about some of these concepts to me at that time. At that time, nobody knew about ZAP, and it was very difficult to buy ZAP. So we still did go and find out how to buy it, where to buy it, and we bought 20 pounds of it. And I completely forgot about it. I didn't even remember that I had bought it. And we were just patiently waiting for it. I mean, it was 20 pounds is not worth a lot of money in UK. So likewise, right, in India, 2,000 rupees, if you're earning well, you don't really think that this is a big amount. And I had not even thought about it. And suddenly from June, when the adoption became more popular, it started growing in value very rapidly. So that's what could happen to any other digital currency. Even to ZAP, it could go up much higher if the adoption is much more higher. So that's kind of giving you an indication of the room for growth that is out there, depending upon the usage of the new concepts of digital currency. So big question is, what to buy, where to buy. So, some of the cryptos, for example, ZAP is not available to buy in all the exchanges, and not every exchange has the same fee structure. Some of them, if you're buying 10 pounds worth of digital currency, you probably end up spending like 8-9 pounds in fees alone, which means that you're spending more than the amount that you're spending to buy it in terms of fees alone. So it's not worth it. And some of the exchanges do not allow you to withdraw it as cash, and it's no point buying it in that exchange or in that wallet, because then you can't take the money out regardless how much the value goes up. And some exchanges are just not trustworthy at all. I mean, they could basically take your money and run away with it if you choose the wrong exchange, for that matter. So it's again a huge topic, and this video is already lengthy, so I'm going to actually make a specific video about all of these points, where to buy, and what are the cryptocurrencies that I am buying, for example. So all of these are probably going to be coming up in my next video. So again, I'm not going to do a recommendation, but I'm going to share, like I did in the share trading video, right? I'm not a financial expert. I'm not a expert in investment as well, but I'm going to explain what is my investment portfolio, giving you an idea, and you can basically use that for information, and you can do your own research. And also I'll be sharing some of the ways to earn free crypto, like I said. And it is really difficult in share trading. You will have one exchange app, or one app in which you can buy and sell Zerodha, for example. It will clearly show you what is the profit or loss. Whereas in cryptocurrency, because it's spread across wallets and exchanges, it's really difficult to track the profit and loss. So I'll explain that as well. Also explain what is the difference between a wallet, ledger, and exchange. Fundamentally, what do they mean? Why do they differ? So finally, a big warning, huge warning, right? Share trading is only profitable if you do a lot of research, and if you do a lot of reading. And because you're investing your money, you have to invest something that is more costlier than money, which is your time. Unless and until you are investing your time and reading about it, understanding about it, you will not make profits. A lot of people say that I lost a lot of money in share trading, because you would have gone and bought oil companies, or you've gone and bought airline companies, which makes no sense. Absolutely, you need to actually invest a lot of time before you invest your money, That is the only way you can be successful in trading, in chart trading, and the same applies to crypto trading as well. But crypto trading is a lot more riskier. If it's not disposable money, if it's not a money that you need it for the next few months, then don't use it. Only use the money that you don't need for a few months, that you can afford to live without. Never use your essential funds for trading, because that would mean that you will probably lose the money, and you won't have the opportunity to wait for a few months like I did, which means that you will consider it a loss. You will probably sell it at a loss. There is no guarantee like shares in crypto trading. It can go up quite rapidly. The reward is huge, but the risk is also huge. XRP, for that matter, went up to £3 in 2017. It has not touched anywhere near that price. It's been sitting at 40 pence. It's nearly like 6 or 7 times lower than what the peak value that it was. Finally, always do your own research. Just don't go by my video alone. I'm giving you a foundation. I'm giving you all the concepts. If you had to go and read all these concepts, it would have taken you hours and hours. But in 40 minutes, I've kind of condensed this content so that you can have a head start in terms of what cryptocurrency trading is, and you can go and do your own research. But I will also be posting more videos explaining some of these concepts with a demonstration and where to buy it and how to buy it. So keep watching. Hopefully this video was useful to you. If you found it useful, please do post your comments. Until next time, thanks, bye.